Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line, and the ball is caught! Caught! It's a miracle! Jason Dig got him! Around the outside of the Mbappe, Thuram, LeBron James, a shot at history.
Dude, I was looking at Twitter. On Twitter, I was looking at a post from Icyvert. It was talking about like Chex Mix, like which ones should be like the best ones. I think that squiggly one.
Yeah,
that's the best one. You know what the worst one is?
Yeah,
the ride chip. That one is straight booty. The ride chip is disgusting. It's just hard. It's
like
rock hard. Yeah,
that one's terrible.
It's rock hard, bro. It tastes like.
That's terrible. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
It tastes like actual rocks.
Yeah,
I mean,
really?
Yeah.
You mean I'm gonna reverse this on you guys? I think the right chip is the best.
I love it.
All right, take a look at this guy.
I think that's it. Yeah. Guess what?
That
That squiggly one, it's the worst. I cut it.
All right.
If we're putting in a
Game's
hard
gone.
line, I'm cutting it.
The game's so gone. The game is unbelievably gone.
Yep.
The ride chip?
No,
Nah.
Ride chip's terrible.
Ride chip. I mean, well, with that, let's get started. Welcome to Game Time with Jack and Josh. I'm Joshua Luabaro. Alongside me,
Jack White.
And today we have
Aiden Post.
Yeah, Aiden Post is rejoining us for this fourth episode. You know, we talked a little bit in the last episode about the college football playoff. Today, just regular sports. You know, NFL. We might touch a little bit of NBA. I'm gonna touch about the IndyCar series. Big week for them. So let's get started. And you know what? I'm gonna start with IndyCar. You know, big IndyCar guy. I think people who know me personally know that I'm a big IndyCar guy. Very big week for IndyCar. This week, Fox Sports announced, or actually not announced, but they unveiled their first promotion for the series. They dropped an ad for Joseph Newgarden, two-time Indy 500 winner, which aired actually during the wildcard game between the Packers and Eagles. So, and as we're talking right now, they're doing their content day for the series in Indianapolis. So I know you guys might not know much about IndyCar, but I mean, I think this is big for the sport.
Yeah, I think IndyCar, all racing sports have a lot of intrigue. And I did see that post that you're talking about. It was with Tom Brady, and it was talking about the jawline.
Yep, jawline.
Yeah, and I thought that was cool. I love, as a swimmer myself, I do a sport that's not very recognized, right? It does not a lot of television deals, doesn't get a lot of publicity into the Olympics. So to see IndyCar get a television deal with Fox Sports, it's a really big deal. And if there's any revenue sharing with the drivers, I hope they get a lot of that. And it's exciting. New era for the sport. National publicity.
Yeah, it's especially super exciting. I know yesterday they announced Will Buxton, former F1 presenter. He's going to be the lead play-by-play. And then I know James Hinchcliffe and Townsend Bell, they go over from NBC Sports, which was IndyCar's broadcast partner previously, to join them at Fox. And yeah, I think the team should get, although they didn't announce anything, like they didn't say like how much money Fox is paying for the rights, but I mean, it's an exciting era. I mean, March 2nd on Fox Sports, the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, presented by RP Funding. That's when the first race in this new era for IndyCar. So that's what I wanted to talk about quickly touch on about. And I don't know if you have any thoughts about IndyCar, but
yeah, I don't follow IndyCar, but like Jack said, yeah, I mean, small sports. It's cool that to see that they're getting more televised. I played tennis a long period of my life, and tennis games, it couldn't really find them a lot. So if you have YouTube TV, you could probably find them. But I've been to U.S. Open before.
Oh,
that was pretty cool. I got to go to the not U.S. Open, sorry, the City Open, the one before U.S. Open, to qualify, and that was pretty cool. I went twice. That was a pretty cool experience, just seeing that. And obviously, I don't follow IndyCar myself, but it sounds like it's a cool experience. So that's cool to see that they're getting televised nationally now.
Yeah, I want all you guys to tune in March 2nd on Fox. All right, tune in. All right. Well, let's shift gears to a sport that people care about more, football. I mean, yeah. This past weekend was the wild card round. We had 6 games.
Yeah, 5. I think
5 games.
6. Yeah, 6 total games.
Yep.
The first game, that was the Texans and the Chargers. 32-12 for the Texans. Here's some stats. Justin Herbert. She just shot through for 282 yards, 1 touchdown, but he got 1 pick. Some key takeaways from this game is that the Chargers kind of just suck. I mean, they blew it. The defense had them locked down the entire time. I mean, Justin Herbert threw 4 interceptions, more than he actually's thrown this entire season with 3. Derek Stingley, he might be the best cornerback in the league with his performance. He 2 picks off Justin Herbert. I mean, he was pivotal in their win. So, I mean, what do you think, Aiden?
I mean, Derek Stingley being the best corner in the league is a little questionable to me. He's a great corner. I say he's top 3, but I think it's Patrick Surtain, and I don't even think it's
Okay,
close.
that's fair. That's fair.
So, I mean, he just locks down everybody. But back to the Texans Chargers game. I mean, Justin Herbert, that was a rough game. I mean, some of the throws, I definitely say receivers dropped a couple balls. Quentin Johnson's got brick hands. Will Disley, the tight end, he had a pretty bad drop that turned into a pick. So, I mean, but still, Justin Herbert had a terrible game, and I think they were just overwhelmed. All the media attention, Rex Ryan from ESPN was like, "Oh, Chargers have a bye week playing the Texans," and the Texans took that to heart and just played their off. So, yeah, I mean, the Texans team is good, but they're playing a really good Chiefs team this week, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, and I'm not even mad that Rex Ryan said that, because if you had asked me before this game, I would have taken the Chargers. The Texans offense, since Stephon Diggs went down, has not looked the same. C.J. Stroud thrown almost as many interceptions as touchdowns. He's thrown 12 interceptions on the total this year. So it wasn't unreasonable to suggest that Houston was going to struggle again. In that first half, they did. They didn't score up until a couple seconds before halftime, and that was largely because of their defense. Their defense has kept them in games all season long, even when the offense isn't scoring points. Guys like Derek Stingley, Will Anderson, in that pass rush, that vaunted pass rush. So overall, their defense is good enough to win the Super Bowl, but I still have questions about their offense. C.J. Stroud picked up a little bit after that bad interception to start the game, with some nice throws, specifically that one to Xavier Hutchinson over the middle. That was a good one. So I like this as a rebound for Houston, but going up against Kansas City this week in the divisional is going to be a tough matchup, especially for that defense. Can the defense still lock down, Patrick Mahomes, who has looked a lot better as of late? They've got some weapons back, like Marquise Brown. So will they be up to the task? I'm not sure.
I really hope that the Texans can get something rolling against the Chiefs, because, I mean, I'm tired of the Mahomes dark magic, bro. The Mahomo, that little Mahomie. I mean, I'm so tired of it, bro. Romy's just riding his meat daily. Like, dude, it gets to a point, right, where Romo might love Mahomes more than his wife.
Yeah, I mean, he's quite the glazer. Yeah, no, I mean, Mahomes had a terrible start to the year. I mean, terrible start. But like you're saying, he's picking it up. He's picking up at the right time as well, and that's scary for a lot of teams, because the teams, you're like, oh, Mahomes is having a bad year. Maybe we have a chance. Like, they're favored 8 against Houston. I think Houston will keep it closer with their defense, but I still think the Chiefs are going to come out on top because Mahomes is just going to carry it.
CJ Stroud, if you can hear us, please save us.
Please save us,
CJ. You can hear us. Please save us, CJ Stroud.
Deal with it, bro.
Please save us, CJ Stroud. Please save us.
And also a special message to Chris Collinsworth. If you are watching, I don't want to hear any more glaze about Patrick Mahomes. I want it to be about Josh Allen.
But now here's a guy
Lamar. Like, there's so many great quarterbacks besides Patrick Mahomes, all right?
Now here's a guy called Mahomes who I just love so much. I love when he just puts his right in my mouth. All right, we're moving on. Let's keep the best team in DMV, the Baltimore Ravens. Absolutely, the Steelers on Saturday night. Derrick Henry, my king, my sunshine.
He's all of our kings.
My everything. Really. Derrick Henry, where do I begin? 26 carries, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, he's the first player in Patriots history to rush for 150-plus yards in a playoff game. Actually, on playoff debut, for
a new team.
Yeah, a new team, yeah. And, the Ravens were up 21-0 in the third quarter. I was actually watching with some of my friends this game, and they were absolutely going crazy because they were Steelers fans, and they were, I kid you not, they were my friend Vincent. He was saying that he was saying kill Lamar Jackson. He was actually screaming kill Lamar Jackson. If I had the clip of it, I would play it to you guys, but I don't have it currently on me. But like it was hysterical. I mean, it just shows how the Ravens can just when they're on fire, like they turn it up. I mean, we saw it with the Bills earlier in the season who they're playing next. So I mean, let's see. Pittsburgh, they were no shows. Mike Tomlin, I think he might have packed the bags and pack the bags and just pack it up. I mean, they're already going to Cancun. I mean, why not just stay there? Losing their 7th straight playoff game, like, is he washed? I mean,
I mean, I think that I feel bad. I kind of don't, though. The Steelers fans are, I say they're a little nasty, but
Ooh.
the Steelers are terrible. I'm sorry, to like a franchise that has a winning record every single year just to do absolutely nothing in the playoffs is extremely, extremely sad. Like, it's just, they haven't won a playoff game since 2015. 2015. My 8-year-old cousin was still on his uncle's balls last time they won a playoff game. It is pretty sad to say they have not won a playoff game that long. It is pretty sad.
tissues, bro. I need tissues.
It is pretty sad. But the Steelers got locked out in this game. I mean, TJ Watt was not present on the field. Obviously, they were double teaming him a lot of the games, but Russell Wilson, Steelers fans may think, oh, well, he still threw for 270. He's still good now.
It's garbage time stats. That's all it is.
It's terrible garbage time. It doesn't matter. They need to do something. They need to go draft a quarterback if they can. Try to make a trade or something because they have no stability at that position.
Yeah, I agree. And I saw a stat that said TJ Watt's gone 193 consecutive snaps without registering a stat of any kind, a QB pressure, a hurry, sack, what have you. So he's been a no-show. Overall, this Steelers defense has been underperforming these last couple weeks of the season. And everybody will tell you that if the Steelers had to win, they had to win with their defense because this Ravens defense has been stepping up lately. And they've been playing their best football of the season after giving up a bunch of passing yards earlier this season. So you knew it was going to be a tough challenge. And the Steelers defense did nothing of the sort. They didn't stop Derrick Henry. They didn't stop Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was purposefully running the quarterback run, which is something we haven't seen all season. So they're especially dangerous in the playoffs now that Lamar Jackson wants to run. And you saw that he had almost 100 yards as well. He might have had 100 yards. So this is a ground game for the Ravens. They got it done. Russell Wilson, if you look at that stat line just blindly, it doesn't look too bad. But really, they did nothing in the first half. They should have been down more than they were. I think they were down 14-0, but it could have been 30-0. They didn't get a first down until way into the second quarter.
Yeah, but at that point, it was already game's gone. It was over.
I mean, at halftime, it was
21.
Yeah.
It was 21-0.
Yeah, everyone was like, well, what is going on? And they still showed they can't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
George Pickens has been a no-show the past couple of weeks. We've really just seen the Steelers team fall apart after being so good during the regular season. They make the switch from Fields to Wilson, and then they go on another role, and we're all like, hold on, maybe this team can do something. Maybe Russ has resurrected his career. Does not been the case the past couple of weeks. It's almost been a Sam Darnold case where he's losing value every week that he plays. So disappointing. I think Mike Tomlin's an overrated coach. I don't think he's a bad coach by any means.
Oh no. Yeah,
I just think he's too old fashioned for this league.
Yeah, I mean, back to back. When
he might have taken those talents to the XFL.
Okay. No, I mean, he's a good coach when it comes to winning, but when it comes to the big moments, he's like the Dallas Cowboys. He can't do anything. That's what the Steelers are like. Everyone's making fun of the Cowboys, but you really want to talk about playoff failures, you're going to talk about the Steelers. The Steelers are terrible. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that you can blame the defense. The defense, like you said, can be a no-show. I also want to blame George Pickens. I have a lot of friends that are Steelers fans, and they always say to me, "Oh, George Pickens is a top 10 wide receiver." No, he's not.
No, he's not.
I wouldn't even say he's top 15.
Nope.
A wide receiver one shows up in big moments every single game. George Pickens had a game. What was his stat line against? I forget what team was. I think was it the Chiefs? We had one catch for 0 yards.
Yeah.
He had one catch. How do you have one catch for 0 yards? How is that humanly possible? Top 25 is maybe an argument. He is not a true wide receiver one. They need help at quarterback. Their whole offense needs help because that offense keeps on getting older. The defense keeps getting older. TJ Watt's only going to be around for so long. I was like, defense player of the year. No.
Travis Hunter, you are a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yeah. Hey, I want to come to my hometown Patriots. He'd be a great fit for them.
Yeah, well, we might go to the Giants, but we need a quarterback.
Yeah. You want Cam Ward, I know you do.
I want Cam Ward
I
back.
need everybody,
I wouldn't
bro.
mind Shador either. We just need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Whoa. What's your problem with Shador?
I'm just saying, you've seen his last couple games. I mean, he's terrible
that
again.
offensive line is like, come on. The offensive line is god awful.
It has got a point, but I do think Cam Ward's better.
No, I do think Cam Ward's a better quarterback,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's that wide of a margin. I think it's closer than you think. I mean, Cam Ward's got a better arm, but I think Shador Sanders is more NFL ready. But it's just Shador Sanders is definitely he tries doing hero plays. Same with Cam Ward. Cam Ward has worse hero plays than Shador Sanders does. But Shador Sanders trying to do like the Caleb Williams, where you just run around forever. That doesn't work in NFL. Only works for Patrick Mahomes. So yeah.
Yeah. We're transitioning to the next wild card game. Broncos against the Bills. They lose 31-7. Although they were up 7-0. After that touchdown pass to Troy Franklin early in the first quarter by Bo Nix. And it looked like the Broncos were going to hang with the Bills after that first half.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off there. I mean, I was watching the second and third quarters. They were playing decently well. They were keeping with them. But then, like, the second quarter, they just kind of trailed off. Trailed off. I mean, Bo Nix was only 13 for 22, 444 yards. Josh Allen was 20 for 26, 272 yards. So, I mean, also the Bills had a way longer time possession. They had, like, I think 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
I mean, that's what good teams do, though.
Somewhere around there.
The Broncos, the first drive, they score a touchdown, and it's like, whoa. Like, they haven't been using Troy Franklin a lot this year, and it's the connection through Oregon with Bo Nix, and they're like, this team might actually keep it neck and neck with the Bills. And then 3 and out. They could barely pick up first downs. They almost doubled. I think by halftime, their first downs were doubled, yet the score was still 7-10. And they missed that field goal to tie it up before half. Yeah. I think the momentum was all on the Bills' side. They were just exhausted at that point. Yeah. And the Bills just kept on walloping them. They didn't know what to do.
Yeah, Josh Allen played hero again. I don't know if you guys saw that touchdown pass to Ty Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is just – this is the best football we've seen him play. And I want to focus on one particular play early on in the game where Josh Allen, his first couple of reads weren't there. He didn't try to be hero. He stepped up, and then he ended up throwing the ball away. But this, like, I remember Tony Romo mentioned it on the broadcast. This is the evolution of Josh Allen, as he put it. The Josh Allen of old, he would have made those spectacular plays, but he also would have made terrible, boneheaded decisions, interceptions, fumbles, trying to put the ball in harm's way. But this new Josh Allen, he doesn't do that. He cut down on his turnovers in half, basically, drastically. And we saw that pop up in this game where there's several opportunities for him to turn the ball over, didn't, made the smart play, live to see another day. So that's why I feel like this Buffalo team is as scary as it's been, even though their offensive supporting cast isn't what it was last year. And I really like how their defense stepped up. We've really seen against the Lions and even the Patriots move the ball well on them the past couple of weeks. They really stepped up in the second half. They started slow. They gave up a touchdown pass to Troy Franklin. But then after that, it was lights out, and they put him to bed. So my key question for Buffalo right now is you're about to play the most talented quarterback in the league, Lamar Jackson. Can you do that again? Can your secondary take away the downfield threats? That'll be easier because Zay Flowers might miss the game, the Ravens' number 1 wide receiver. But is this defensive performance sustainable? We're going to find out.
Yeah, I feel like what we are seeing with that Buffalo-Baltimore matchup is like it's essentially, in my eyes, the AFC Championship and an MVP, like, championship, I guess, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's that game is deserving to be the AFC champion because, I mean, the Texans, if they do beat the Chiefs, please just shout, please say this. I don't think that they will be able to contend. Well, the defense, I would say, will be able to contend. Not sure about the offense of the Texans. Yeah. But I personally want the Ravens to win. My king, Lamar Jackson. But I do think, exactly. Like, can the defense, can they sustain this? Can they sustain Big Dick, Derrick Henry? I mean, we will find out. I mean, we do say Zay Flowers might miss the game, but I'm hopeful that he'll be able to play. So I think that game is probably going to be the biggest game of the divisional.
Absolutely.
At least in the AFC, NFC is I know we got the Lions, Commanders. That's going to be a hell of a lot of a game. And actually, speaking of the Commanders, let's talk about that amazing performance by Jaden Daniels, bro. I mean, 286 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, giving Washington their first playoff win, I think like 7-8 years. I
It's
mean,
been a while.
2005.
oh,
Was it
2005.
really?
It's been 19 years.
Wow.
It's the last
Oh.
Monday playoff game. Yeah.
Wasn't it
was
2000
a
since their
huge-
road game?
Huh?
Wasn't it 2000 since their last road?
I thought they
playoff
won.
win?
Road playoff? No, I thought it was 2005.
Okay.
No, well, I don't know road, but I know 2005 was his last playoff win. No.
Oh, I thought
Last
we won
playoff-
with RG3.
No, because he got injured.
Oh,
He got
Oh,
injured
that was the
against
playoffs?
Seahawks. Yeah, that was in the playoffs. He got injured against
Oh,
the
that was the
Seahawks.
play. That was
Yeah,
the
so,
play.
no, I mean, good for the Commanders. I'm a Giants fan. They've been irrelevant in our division for probably the entire time. They haven't been good since late 90s, early 2000s. They've been god-awful. So they've been irrelevant. The Giants, every season was basically beat down on them. And to see that they've revamped, fired their owner, gotten a new owner.
Yeah,
gotten
this is like
a
this.
general
This
manager.
is their second year. No,
First
year.
First year with it just reset. He just hit the reset button, got all new everything.
That's crazy how he's done more in 1 year than Snyder did in like 20.
Snyder owned them for 20, 30 years, and Snyder was terrible. I mean, he was obviously not a good guy. And to see the Commanders just changing up and seeing how the organization changes and the fans rally around this team now, it's cool to see. Obviously, it sucks because I don't like anyone in the NFC East because it's the NFC East. But it's nice to see. Jane Daniels is spectacular.
I mean, yeah, you can see that like even here at
Yeah.
Wooten,
Oh my God.
the Commanders fans we have here.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like I'm actually seeing more people wear like the Commanders gear and stuff
After
like
that win, everybody was wearing a
Yeah,
Commanders
anyone who
jersey.
had like Commander stuff was wearing it.
Yeah,
And
'cause, there's nothing to be proud of. Sorry to cut you off. There's nothing to be proud of. I mean, going 4-13 last year, they're terrible. They're god awful. But once you get that quarterback, it shows that they had the pieces around to build. All they needed.
Yeah,
was
they
that one
had
position.
pieces. They just needed a
Like-
quarterback.
Yeah, and it showed. The team all rallied around him. No, I think that was a great game. I mean, it was real close. I wanted the Buccaneers to win, obviously, but Baker Mayfield, when it really mattered, sold. And fumble in your own within was it like the 20-yard line? With his own 20.
Yeah, they were up 17-13.
Yeah.
He fumbled in his own
Yeah, he-
territory.
Actually balled
Yeah,
it.
terrible.
Like, generally balled it.
Yeah.
Actually, did you see that kicker? Like he was moving.
Oh yeah, the ODD. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
he's
like-
ODD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The OCD. Yeah.
OC.
He kept on. Yeah. But yeah, no. I mean, he was.
I thought it was nerve.
I thought they missed for a second.
I thought it was his nerves that
They-
was making him do that.
No, I thought. I mean, he missed for a second. He hit the upright.
Yeah, he boinked it. They
Yeah,
boinked it right
he
in.
doinked it, but it went in. So yeah.
I will say, although Baker did kind of losing the game with that fumble, he had an incredible season. Overall, finishing with 43 touchdown passes, over 4,000 yards passing, extremely accurate. I think he was over 70% passing the ball. So even though it didn't end the way that the Buccaneers wanted, they should still be proud of how they rebounded through injury, through the wide receivers getting injured. They put up a lot of good offensive numbers. That's something to build on, right? A lot of times you see teams have a good defense, but just they're missing pieces on the offensive side. This Buccaneers team is a couple pieces away, just maybe a piece away on the defense, maybe another offensive lineman, a wide receiver away from being true contenders. So even though Baker, he still had a solid stat line, 15-18, 185, 2 TDs, but that fumble did end up costing him. I still want to give him props for a great season, but this is about Jaden Daniels coming clutch again, his 5th game-winning drive in regular fourth quarter overtime. So he's done this time and time again, and he's shown poise. He's shown it isn't luck. After that Hail Mary against the Bears, we thought, is this luck? Is this sustainable? And he's proved that it is sustainable, these game-winning drives. So I think it can continue, but the main question is, can the defense perform like they did against the Bucs, hold their wide receivers relatively limited? I know Mike Evans got his 7 rec, 92 yards, but they need to stop. If they can stop Amon-Ra St. Brown, limit JMO, I think this could be a tight one.
Yeah. I mean, Lions, they've been impressive. Even last year. I mean, I think last year we should have got a Baltimore Lions rule, but let's talk for another day. I think that looking into next week's games, it's just going to be a battle of, on the AFC side, who can defeat the dark magic of the Kansas City Chiefs,
Mhm.
and then who can stop, like, it's like the immovable force against the unstoppable object, right? Who can stop the Lions? And I think if anyone has a chance to stop the Lions, it is the Commanders. Jaden Daniels.
That is. I mean, that's
It's
a
a bold take. It's
That's
a bold take. I
think
believe in Washington.
Is
I
he
think
is
the
he
Lions
Skip
will win.
Bayless?
Yeah, I
Is
think
this
the
Skip
Lions.
I am
will
not
win.
Skip Bayless. I'm not going around messing with Joy Taylor. So.
Okay.
All right.
No, I think that the Lions will win by 20. I think that I think it's going to be close within the first half, and I think the Lions are going to step on the gas, and the Commanders won't be able to keep up. I think they're going to try to come back late in the fourth quarter, but it's not going to be enough because they're already down so much. I think the Lions are they're just obviously it sucks with all the injuries, but they're such an offensive team. Their defense is brittle with injuries, and their offense pieces are slowly coming back with Aiden Montgomery coming back. I think that they're going to throttle them and make the NFC Championship game and most likely the Super Bowl.
And speaking of the NFC, we had 2 other wild card games here. I just wanted to ask you guys a question about these. So between Jordan Love and Sam Darnold, the 2 losing quarterbacks of the Packers, Eagles, and Vikings, Rams, respectively, who had the more disappointing performance, Jordan Love or Sam Darnold?
Donald.
Okay.
Donald. Oh my! I don't even know what he was even not sacked 9 times. 9 times, right? It gets to a point when you have to hang up the helmet. No, but he had a great year. I'll say that. He had a great year.
Yeah.
This was abysmal. I mean, I thought they were going to at least, like, put up a fight. This was barely a fight. This is like an atomic bomb versus a coughing baby.
Oh, I see that, yeah. No, I mean, you could definitely argue Jordan Love. The thing about Jordan Love, he's recovering from an injury. Sam Darnold is recovering from what?
Being old.
Okay.
Like-
Yeah, no. Sam Darnold, at the end of the day, like, it sucks. He got sacked 9 times. You have to put a lot of the blame on the offensive line, but 2, him constantly, like, running around. Like, in the NFL, maybe you did that in college, you're not doing that now. Like, I don't know. Sam Darnold had a terrible game. He didn't make up for his team when they needed it, and yeah.
Well, I mean, I think Sam Darnold's performance was very disappointing. But like you said, the offensive line does deserve a lot of credit for their poor play.
Yeah, discredit.
Yeah, discredit. Yeah. No. I'm not saying they did good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrible.
But their defense didn't play well either. And that's why I'm going to go with Jordan Love in this situation. Because his defense put on a show. They held the Eagles to only 22 points. Jalen Hurts only had 130 passing yards. Saquon, he was under 5 yards a carry, quite near 4 yards a carry, which is well below his season average. So the Packers defense did their job. But Jordan Love, he's shown this year he can't win in big moments. And here we are, 28-33, 212, 3 interceptions. And I know he was missing his top 3 receivers, right? But great quarterbacks, they go on the road and they find a way to win. And his defense, they gave it to him. I mean, he was in the position. They got stop after stop. But in Sam Darnold's case, the defense, the Rams were just moving up and down the field, catches to Nakua early. Defense couldn't do much of anything. And even when they did pressure Matt Stafford, he was able to get the ball out or avoid a sack. So I agree. Sam Darnold didn't play well, but Jordan Love didn't step up when the opportunity was there. The opportunity wasn't there for the Vikings to take this game. The Rams are too suffocating. But the opportunity was there for the Packers to beat the Eagles. The Eagles look vulnerable, and that's why I'm going with Jordan Love.
All right. I think with that, we have 3. Let's quickly, as we are running out of the bad time.
I do want to say one more thing. I don't think it's a bold take necessarily. I think that the Packers defense is great, but I think Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback. I think Jalen Hurts is a system quarterback in an amazing system with a great offensive line, great receivers, great running back. He's got everything around him. He's got a great defense. I think personally, I don't think he's a top 5. You could argue top 10, but he just, I don't know. At 131, he did not look good. A.J. Brown did nothing.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith had an okay game. But you have to get those wide receivers involved, and Jalen Hurts he's not doing that. I think there's a shot that the Rams win next week. I think the Rams are a dark horse to maybe even beat the Lions and make the Super Bowl. Yeah. I think they have a really good defense, and Matthew Stafford is looking great with Puka Nakua. So we'll see.
Yeah, transitioning to those divisional matchups, we have our first one, Houston at Kansas City, 4:30 p.m. Saturday, January the 18th. KC is favored by 8. Who do you have in this one, gentlemen?
Well, I want Stroud to win because I don't want Miami Mahomes to face Baltimore and the Bills.
But his
striped
zebras.
Realistically, I'm gonna say Kansas because Miami Mahomes, the zebra. I think it'd be. I think Houston, they'll come out blazing in the first half. I'll say maybe a 14-10 lead. But in Kansas, they're gonna get some goofy call. It's gonna give them a great position, 40, at the 40-yard line. He's gonna Mahomes is gonna throw a 40-yard throw to Kelsey or some, and it's gonna be 24 to let's say 17. So 24-17, Kansas City.
Okay, I was going to say similar. I was going to say 24-21. I think Kansas City's going to win on something ridiculous. I think they're going to win on a lateral punt return touchdown. Watch it happen. But yeah, no, Kansas City's going to win. I think Houston will keep it close. It's not going to be -8. I would not take that. I think it's going to be -3.
Yeah, I would take the under on points as well. I think it'll be close. I do agree with you, Josh, that Houston's going to come out swinging. I do, and remember that Tank Dell got injured on the Arrowhead Stadium a couple weeks ago. So they'll want to do that for him. He's one of their key guys, and to see him go down really hurt them. And he's going to be their prime motivator in this matchup. So they come out. They're probably going to – I say they're up 14-7.5. Kansas City does end up winning, though, 27-24 on some dark magic with a field goal. I mean, it's probably going to be the Houston has a field goal to tie it, gets blocked, and then Kansas City goes down and win it. So I do think that Houston defense steps up, but not for long. They start giving up the yards in the fourth quarter, and that's where Mahomes takes over.
All right. Washington, Detroit, 8 p.m. Saturday on the 18th as well. Detroit favored 9.5 over Washington. I think people, the WOOO community is going to want Washington to win. We got a lot of Marylanders, of course. Well, we're in Maryland, obviously. I think Detroit's going to be coming out. Actually, I think it might be a slow burn. I think it'd be 7-3 first half, and then Ben Gales he'll lock in. He'll lock in, get a touchdown or two.
Okay.
But then Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown are just gonna Thanos snap that lead and just take over. I'm gonna go, as you were saying, they were gonna destroy them. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess let's say 21-10.
Yeah, they're doubling the spread. -9.5. They're going to win by 20. It's going to be 41. I think 41-22. I think will be the final score. I think they'll start off, like I said earlier, to close, and then the Lions will step on the gas. The Commanders won't be able to catch up. But it'll be interesting to see if it's a game, but I don't think it will be.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of points from the get-go. I think Detroit wins 42-31, covering that 9.5.
Yeah, a low score.
Yeah.
I was gonna be just conservative, but y'all guys are going it's gonna go crazy.
Well, I don't think that's a bad take. I mean, there are definitely situations where teams they overlook their matchup and they try to be too aggressive, resulting in turnovers, missed fourth downs, incomplete passes. So that could definitely be a possibility. I just see too much offense, and even though the Washington doesn't have the wide receivers and offensive skill positions that Detroit does, they still find a way to get the points. Detroit does pull away, so they will be up closer to 20, but Commanders do score a late touchdown to stat pad, so that's why I have 42-31.
All right, next game is LA at Philly, 3 p.m. on Sunday, the 19th. Philly are favored. I think Philly's gonna not thrash them, but they're gonna beat them by a fair amount. I mean, Saquon Barkley's on fire. Jalen Hurts. You were saying he's a system quarterback, but I think that he can perform. I mean, he got into the Super Bowl 2 years ago, so I think it's going to be 34-20.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be, I say 21-14. I think that LA is going to come out on top. I think LA is going to go to Philly with the upset. The Eagles are going to choke in the playoffs. I think that LA is a great team. They have a really good defense, really good offense. I think they're going to shut down Jalen Hurts. In my bold prediction, I think Jalen Hurts will have under 100 yards passing. I think it's going to be a Saquon Barkley game, like it was last time when he ran for 255. But at the end of the day, I think that when it really matters, Jalen Hurts is going to have to throw the ball, and he's going to throw under 100 yards and 2 picks. I think the LA defense is very stout, and like I said earlier, I think they have the chance to compete against Detroit in the NFC Championship and possibly win.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do think that the LA defense is going to win this matchup for him. It's going to be a line of scrimmage game. We all know that. Last game, Saquon ran for 255 on him. LA is not going to let that happen again. Jalen Hurts is not built for a matchup like this, throwing the ball. He's built running that RPO game, but no, he can't throw in a situation like this, especially against a great defense in the Rams that's been picking up the past couple of weeks. So I do pick the Rams to win the line of scrimmage. Saquon gets his, but he has to work for it. It's going to be 26-22 Rams, and the only reason it's that close is because Matt Stafford throws his, annual pick six at the worst time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But overall, Rams take it 26-22. All right, and time for our final game. The big one, the granddaddy of them all.
Yes, sir.
Baltimore at Buffalo, 6:30 p.m. on Sunday the 19th. Baltimore, surprisingly, favored by 1. Wouldn't have expected that being a home game for the Bills. But, Josh, who do you have in this tight matchup?
Not favored? You sure of that? Are you sure that my glorious king, Lamar Jackson, isn't favored against washed-up Josh Allen? I mean,
You said washed up, Josh.
well, not actually washed, but
Okay.
Lamar Jackson, you know what he's gonna do? You know what he's gonna do in this game? He's gonna grab the ball. He's gonna run for 80 yards, touchdown, first play of the game, right?
That could actually happen.
I mean, it happened last time they played. Derrick Henry ran for an 86-yard touchdown on the first play.
And then get this, big guy pick. A big guy's gonna pick the ball off again, right? I watch.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Then next play, Derrick Henry runs for touchdown. I mean, at that point, the game's already gone. No, but actually, on a serious note, I'm serious here. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, 2 great quarterbacks. I think it's going to be the closest game of these divisional round matchups. I think that Derrick Henry's going to overpower Buffalo's defense, though, and he's going to get 2 touchdowns. I'll guess his yards, 243 yards. I'm gonna guess that. And it's going to be. Give me 42-38.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was going to say 43-40. I'm going to say Baltimore. I'm going to say Baltimore just dominates the line of scrimmage. Derrick Henry has a career day. Lamar Jackson runs all over them. But Josh Allen will lock in. Josh Allen will have a career day as well. He'll show off his legs, but also his arm. The Ravens secondary is god-awful. So he'll lock in, throw it all over the place. I think Keon Coleman's going to have a really good day. I think they're not going to pay attention to him. They're going to look at Mac Hollins and Khalil Shakir and Dalton Kincaid. They're going to say, well, whatever, it's a rookie. And then he's going to have like a 100-yard day. But I think that Buffalo will lose, not wide right, wide left, doink field goal to tie it up. 43-40 to tie it up, take it to overtime. They're going to miss. Buffalo's going to lose it. I feel terrible for them. But I think they're going to choke it somehow. I think that'll be a funny way to choke it, but I think they will.
I agree with you. I do think it goes to overtime, and I do think Buffalo chokes it. 35-38, they lose to the Ravens. You're right. I do see a lot of running, but I don't see as much Derrick Henry as I see Lamar. I see Lamar going over 100 yards in this game. Derrick Henry gets close, but he doesn't quite get there. And I do think that the Ravens wide receivers can win their matchups on the outside. And similarly, I think that the Buffalo wide receivers can expose the Ravens secondary. So expect a lot of passing yards and a lot of rushing yards from Lamar. But in the end, you're right. Tristan Bass, he ain't built for it. He's going to miss a field goal. And the Ravens are going to win at 38-35 in overtime.
Well, I think with that, Lamar's going to Super Bowl. It's going to be a Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl. That's it for game time. We are out of time. Hey, Aiden, Post, thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
This has been Joshua Luabaro
and Jack White.
All right, that's game time.